What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? How you doing? It is time for the weekly forecast for all my signs. Let's get some good vibes in the air here. I'm going to choose karma today. How about that? That's a good vibe to put in the air, right? Maybe. Hopefully. All right. I don't have any special announcements to make for the week right now. So for those of you who are in need of a personal reading, all the information is right down there in the description of the video. All right. Let's get some good vibes in the air and burn them like we just don't care. Hang on a second. I should have done this before I came on, but I'm unprepared. All right. Let's get this set in here. Good God, this is my old trusty dusty incense burner I've had for like 4 years now. It's getting holes burnt in it. All right. All right. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see what messages we have for Aries for the week. What messages do we have for Aries for the week? Ooh, Knight of Swords reversed. Well, if you're looking for communication from someone, or if you're waiting on communication, it's not looking like that's happening this week. Honestly, kind of feels to me like somebody's giving you the silent treatment. Most of the time, see, most tarot readers call this the card of a missed opportunity. And yeah, that's one of the meanings of this card. It is, but every time I see this, I always think of the toddler who's sitting there pouting, you know, because things ain't going his way. And it just kind of feels to me, with that right next to the Knight of Swords reversed, feels like somebody's giving you the silent treatment, or trying to at least. I think a lot of y'all probably don't even give a fuck. All right, 2 more shuffles, 2 more. Ooh, Justice reversed. Okay. All right. So it kind of, yeah, there's a lot of past energy here though, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually kind of feeling past and new energy. I can't really tell who it is. I won't lie though, it is coming out on your side, but it does feel like somebody here might be trying to manifest a reconciliation. Kind of feels like you're moving on from something that you're having a very difficult time moving on from. So yeah, see, look, we got Death card, Tower card, both reversed. Some of y'all might be trying to manifest a reconciliation with somebody from the past. Now, I'm trying to hit all areas. Every time I pull a spread without putting a specific intention into it, the past always comes out by default. I don't know why that is. Well, I could speculate on that, but I don't have time for that. But yeah, if I don't put a specific intention, if I just say what wants to come through, past energy. Some of you, I guess, could be dealing with a situation that has been on and off. But it just kind of feels like there's something that you don't really have much of a choice but to move on from. But I also see something new coming in, though. Something new is headed your way. But with the Page of Wands down here, you might want to be careful with that, especially if you connect with somebody new while you are in a low vibration. Okay? Now, low vibration doesn't mean bad. Okay? So don't attach connotations of judgment to it. It's just a low vibration. We're all humans. We all dip into low vibrational states, you know, depending on what it is that we're going through. Whoever this person is that you're dealing with, though, oh man, I think they're kind of going back and forth. Sometimes They're looking at this, wondering whether or not it would even be worth putting forth the work and the effort. Other times, they're just completely giving up on this altogether. They don't know. This person kind of feels a little bit flaky and fickle, and like they don't really know what they want exactly. I think this person's kind of trying not to think about this, kind of trying to ignore the truth about the situation and just not think about this at all. Could be a Cancer for some of you. It's not really telling me a whole lot about what new is coming in. All I have here is Page of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So that's what I thought. I mean, I am seeing you connecting with somebody new, but it might be kind of hard for you to make a connection that really sticks solid right now. Not only with what you're going through, but fuck the state of the world right now. You know, just everything's going crazy right now, and you know, it just might be a hard time to connect with somebody. Let's just put it like that. Let's get the advice for Aries. What is the advice? Man, you know what? If I was you, I wouldn't let anything or anyone distract me from my goals. I wouldn't. If this person ain't talking to you, don't talk to them. Especially those of you dealing with somebody who is giving you the silent treatment. Now, I'm going to get real specific here. This may not be all of you, but I feel like there's a tiny little handful of you dealing with somebody who's giving you the silent treatment because they've done it before and it worked. Maybe only one or two of you, okay? So the rest of you, sorry, I got to talk to this one or two people. They give you the silent treatment before and it worked. It ate away at you and ate away at you until you gave in and came forward. Don't do that this time. Don't play their game. Don't let their game work. No. The minute you give somebody the reaction that they want, they have power over you. And they will play with it. Yes, they will. Oh, yes, they will. I'm thinking that you have some financial blessings waiting for you on the horizon, but that's going to take some focus, some concentration, some dedication and consistency, and not letting the wrong person come into your life and distract you from that. Because just because there's blessings waiting for you doesn't mean the universe is just going to give it to you no matter what. You've got to get on that path. You've got to stay focused, block out anything and anyone that's going to distract you from that path, and stay focused on your goals. And maintain emotional independence, meaning I'm happy no matter what. If the universe wants to bring somebody into my life, awesome. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But if not, oh well, I'm happy either way. I'm telling you, you got some blessings on the horizon that if you stay on the path you're on right now are going to blow your mind. But one step off this timeline and that could, best case scenario, push that timeline way out. Worst case scenario, completely sabotage that timeline, okay? All right, Taurus. What are the messages for Taurus for the week, universe? Messages for Taurus for the week. What are the messages for Taurus for the week, universe? Ooh, see what I tell you. What I tell you. When I don't put a specific intention in mind, past energy always comes through. Let me see what I can do with this here, though. Let me see. See, Death card reversed, man. I am thinking Knight of Swords, Death card reversed, Page of Cups. Kind of feels to me like somebody from the past communicating with intentions of reconciliation. It's what it kind of feels like to me. Now, you, on the other hand, now what card always comes out when I read for Taurus? Which one? The Empress, the Taurus card. Always comes out for y'all. But right next to it is the Two of Swords, which kind of tells me you're up in your head about this. Up in your head, not 100% sure. Now, this is kind of a weird message. Some of you, this person may dress this up and make it look like it's something that's just completely random and unexpected. You know, like, man, you know what? I was just scrolling Facebook the other day and you were recommended to me on my people I may know. And I was like, oh, wow, I haven't thought about Taurus in months. I just wanted to see what you've been up to. Bullshit. 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 This person's been waiting for the right opportunity to communicate with you for a while. Now, what makes them think it's the right opportunity? I don't know. Usually, though, when it's somebody from the past that you fell out with, most people from the past usually view a kink in your armor as a good opportunity. Like, if they think for whatever reason you may be going through something, you know, like, let's say you make a post. Let's say you have a date with somebody and they bailed on you, or they broke your heart, or they lied to you, or something like that, and you post about it. So they may see that as a good opportunity. Oh, okay, you just got hurt. Oh, let me slither my ass back up in there, you know? Something. I don't know why they think this is a good opportunity to come forward. But with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Seven of Wands, it does kind of look like they're being a little bit manipulative, and you're intuitively picking up on that almost immediately. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like you're keeping this person at an arm's distance because you already know pretty much what game they're playing. Some of you may have dealt with somebody that had some sort of addiction issue. If that resonates for you and you're wondering if they've gotten clean, no, they have not. And usually I take it a step further when the devil card comes out like this, and I'll say not only have they not gotten clean, but they've gotten worse. So, could be a Capricorn for some of you, could be a fellow Taurus. Also have Scorpio and Leo here. All right, let's get some advice. What's the best advice for Taurus? Ooh, King of Pentacles. I'm going to tell you one thing about the King of Pentacles. He don't fuck around. He don't play games. He has his priorities in order. Similar to the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles doesn't make emotional decisions. Doesn't mean he doesn't have emotions. So you very well may have a very special place for this person in here, but you don't let your emotions make decisions for you, especially stupid decisions, you know? Don't take on burdens that aren't yours to take on, unless two things. You're in the position to do so, and you do it with no expectations. That's probably the biggest one, honestly. No expectations. I cannot scroll fucking Facebook without seeing somebody bitching and complaining about all the things they've done for somebody and never got anything in return. Well, that shouldn't be why you're doing shit for somebody. That kind of tells me that you have ulterior motives when you do something for somebody, you know? Like, let me tell you a little something about me. This is just a little fun fact about me behind the scenes. I refuse to loan people money. I will not loan you money. If I give you money, it's yours. Keep it. I don't want it back. Keep it. I don't care what you do with it. Keep it. I don't need it back. Don't need nothing from you. I don't need you to do me a favor. I'm not going to hang that over your head. No, if I give you money, it's strictly just to help you, and you take it and you do with it what you will, right? So don't take on burdens that aren't yours to take on unless you're actually in the position to do it. If you're not in the position to help somebody, it does not make you a bad person to turn down helping them. Don't let nobody try to guilt you and shame you into believing that it does. And you do it with no expectations, okay? So keep those things in mind. Keep those things in mind. Don't let nobody manipulate you. All right, Gemini. Gemini, what are the messages for the Gemini family for the week, universe? What are the messages for the Gemini collective? Ooh, Four of Swords reversed. Hang on. Don't know what to say about that yet. Eight of Cups reversed. Okay. So I could have spoken on that. All right. Some of you dealt with a Virgo, possibly. Okay, so I do think there is somebody that you dealt with in the past that is planning on reconnecting with you in the future. Planning on it. Now, I don't really think they're taking action right now simply because of the Ace of Swords reversed. They don't really know how they're going to do it. They're not thinking about how they're going to do it. They're just thinking that at some point in the future, whenever the opportunity presents itself, they want to try to reconnect with you. They could be waiting for you to let your guard down, waiting for you to get over it. How they're going to know you're over it, I don't know. How they're going to know you've let your guard down, I don't know. That never makes sense to me. That comes through all the time, and I never understand it. Because it's like, if you ain't talked to me in 6 months, how the fuck do you know if I've let my guard down? You know? Or maybe they just think if they wait long enough, you'll forget about it so they can make their way. I don't know. I don't know. I could speculate on that all day long. But I do think they are planning to make a return. They're planning on it, but they don't know how to start a conversation with you. They don't know how to break the ice with you. Yeah. They're putting on a show for you. That's one thing that they are doing. Putting on a show for you, hoping to God that you're watching. So just in case you pop in and check up on their social media or they Facebook or they Instagram and it looks like they're just living their best life, they're doing that hoping that you're watching. They ain't living their goddamn best life. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Now, I'm not one of those people. Let me preface this. I'm not one of those people who shames people for putting their life online. You know those salty single people that always bitch about people who post their relationship online. Oh, the first sign of a failing relationship is couples who post each other all the time. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are people who care more about what other people think about their life than what's actually going on in their life, right? But especially when it comes to somebody that you know, if you don't know the person, don't fucking judge them. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. But when it comes to somebody you know this person. You know them. You know them real well. You know that they didn't just go from being fucking miserable to floating on cloud 9. Come on now. Don't buy into that hype, okay? Don't buy into that. So some of you dealt with an Aquarius in the past. I also have Cancer and Virgo here. Yeah, and some of you dealt with somebody with an addiction issue. No, they have not gotten clean. Could be a Capricorn for some of you. Let's get some advice for Gemini. What's the advice? What is the advice? What's the advice? So, Wheel of Fortune reversed. Well, you and this person are karmically tied. So hang on, let me see what else comes through. Yeah, y'all are karmically tied. Judgment reversed. Justice reversed. Yep. Devil card again. Okay, I don't really have time to unpack all this here. I usually save this for my personal readings. But you have the ability to cut a karmic contract yourself simply by playing with your own thoughts and your own beliefs. Now, that's an extremely condensed, in a nutshell version. Like I said, I normally break that down and explain that in personal readings, and it takes me about sometimes 15, 20 minutes to explain it. But you have the ability to cut a karmic contract by transmuting the energy. I would focus on at least working on that, okay? That, depending on the situation and depending on a lot of different things, that could potentially be a long, drawn-out, pain-in-the-ass process. Depending, every situation's different. But I would at least, if I were you, be willing to dedicate 2025 to doing as much releasing, healing, and transmuting of this energy as you possibly can. Will you transmute all of it in 2025? It's possible, you could. But I would at least be willing to make 2025 that one of your main goals. I would. Because devil card twice in a row, especially those of you who have been on and off with this person. Okay? There's nothing wrong with giving somebody one chance. Okay? Maybe even another chance. But I know there may be one or two of you who have played this game with this person for like the last 4 or 5 years. And at what point do we say to ourselves, okay, well, you've shown me what you're going to do every time I let you come back into my life. And I'm not playing that game again. It's not happening. Just take that thought and do with it what you will. All right, Cancer. 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 Whoops. We got Two of Wands reversed, Two of Cups reversed, just fell out on the floor. I'm going to put them back in the deck. If they're meant to come out, they will come back out. Anyway, let's see the energies for Cancer for the week. Psst, hang on, y'all. All right. What are the energies for the Cancerian collective for the week? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's it. Boom. World card. Okay, let me see here. Two of Cups reversed. I told you, if it was meant to come out, it's going to come out. All right, so you could be getting closure from somebody. I am seeing potential closure coming through here. But you're starting a whole new cycle. Your cycle is wrapping up and coming to a close. Now, this is the part that gets a little tricky because when you have this type of energy right here, Hangman reversed, World card, Eight of Swords, Five of Swords reversed. That's like ready or not. Ready or not. Time for a new cycle. Any unturned stones, any loose ends that haven't been tied up, any lessons that haven't been learned, that stuff's going to get piled on top of you in your next cycle. It happens like that sometimes. Sometimes we'll get a big window of opportunity to complete a cycle. And we can repeat it and repeat it 3, 4, 5 times. But then every now and then the universe is like, well, okay, you've repeated this cycle too many times. It's time for your next cycle. So we're going to take these lessons and plop them on top of you in your next cycle. But it's time for a whole new cycle. Whoever the person is that you dealt with, they're going out, playing around, playing around, trying to find somebody new. I don't think they're having much success with that, but I'm not allowed to spy on the details of their life. But I don't think they're having much success with that. They just don't want to be alone, you know? And when you're going and trying to connect with somebody with the intention of just not wanting to be alone, the likelihood that you're going to lay a solid foundation with somebody is very slim. Very slim. The energy behind that is not sufficient enough to manifest a sustainable foundation. I just don't want to be alone. I just don't want to be alone. I just want to be with somebody. Somebody, I don't care who. I just need a faceless, nameless somebody to come in my life and be a part of my life as soon as possible so I don't have to deal with myself. That energy, 98, 99% of the time is not going to lead you towards anything worthwhile. So you're starting a whole new cycle, though. I think you're leveling up. You're leveling up and they're not. But I am seeing potential closure coming through, though. But it's probably, you know, that closure that is kind of awkward and feels weird and feels funny and it feels kind of fake and forced. Like, you know, you can kind of tell they don't really mean it. And hey, maybe you may not really mean it 100%, but you just know that it's the right thing to do. You know, it's kind of what this feels like. I kind of feel like you're walking away from this with more questions than answers. Could be a Sagittarius for some of you. I also have Libra, Taurus, and Virgo. All right, let's get some advice for Cancer. Where did I? Oh, there it is. Okay. What advice do we have for Cancer? What's the advice for Cancer? Hey, man, hang on. Hold up. Ooh, don't put your life on hold, waiting for anybody who doesn't see your value to come back into your life. Okay. Yeah. It's time to let things flow right now. It's time to let things flow. Now again, there's a time and a place for everything. Right? There's a time and a place to go with the flow. There's a time and a place to fight the flow. Right now is a time to go with the flow. Okay? If the universe has pulled somebody out of your life, release it. Release it. I know it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. If the universe is pulling you away from a certain situation, let go. Right now is the time to go with the flow. Be very picky and choosy about what the energy feels like between you and anybody that you connect with. Friend, family, potential romance, anything. Pay attention to what the energy feels like. In order to pay attention to what the energy feels like, you have to be coming from a place of internal abundance. Because if you're coming from a place of internal lack and emptiness and need and desperation, you can't feel the energy. All you feel is the emptiness of the void that's in your heart. That's all you can feel. That's why 9 times out of 10, when we connect with somebody on that vibrational frequency, the likelihood that we're going to sweep all the red flags under the rug is very, very high. Very high. So, yeah, there's going to be a few leaps of faith in this new cycle that you're going to need to take. And you're probably going to be tested a couple of times too. Probably. But yeah, starting a whole new cycle, boo-boo. It's time to level up. Time to level up. I would take my hands off the wheel, relax, and let the universe do what it's got to do right now. Again, time and a place for everything. I'm not saying just be a dead fish for the rest of your life, but for now, starting out 2025, it's time to go with the flow for a little bit. All right. Leo. Leo. Leo, what are the messages for Leo for the week? Ooh, 10 of Swords. Somebody is giving in and throwing in the white towel on this situation. All right. Well, oops. Okay, death card reverse, though. Some of you dealt with a Scorpio, possibly. Hang on. Boom, 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 boom. Damn it. Looking for cups again, dude. All right. Okay. Damn, all these pages here. So this is a connection that you have just been having the hardest time walking away from. The hardest time. It's like there's nobody that can really get this person off your mind, even if you have been dating around. I know that's not all of you, but I know some of you have tried dating around. But regardless, it's like this person just weighs so heavily on your mind that it's almost like nobody can replace them, you know? I'm seeing communication, though. This has repeat cycle written all over it. It does, but I do think, man, that's tricky. Because I'm trying to figure out if this is an on and off situation or not. Because I try not to get too specific, but I try not to be too general. So I'm trying to meet y'all in the middle here. Let's put it this way. It either was an on and off connection or you know that it will be. But I think you're making a head over heart decision. I think you're letting your logical mind win the battle this time. Especially if your emotional mind won the battle in the past. And you're throwing your guard up and not letting this person nowhere near your heart. So you're either dealing with somebody a lot younger than you or somebody who's immature as fuck. With 3 pages and the Fool in this person's energy and the Knight of Wands. Dude, that's about as immature as it gets right there. For real. So your logical mind is throwing in the white towel on this and giving up. But your emotional mind is still very, very tightly tied to this person. But you are making a head over heart decision here. It's really hard for you to make and it weighs on you very heavily, but feels like you're making a head over heart decision with this, whatever this is. Could be a Gemini for some of you. Also have Virgo, Scorpio. I have Pisces and Aries here. Could be anybody. When I say those signs, those are just the energies here. Okay. Damn, dog. I still feel like that was a little too general, though. I don't like that. But if that's one of those things where it's either too general or too specific, and it's like there's no way to balance that out. Let's get some advice for Leo. Let's get some advice. What's the advice for Leo? Boom, 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 boom. Keep your options open. See, honestly, to be real with you, I know this may sound a little bit counterintuitive, but when you have somebody on your mind that nobody can replace, that's a good thing. That is a good thing because you don't want to just connect with a random person just so they'll replace somebody else. You don't want to do that. You want to do that. So if it was that easy to just replace them, then you could take a timeline where you create a bunch of karma that was never even supposed to be there to begin with. I saw that more in 2024 than I have throughout the whole history of my career. I've been doing personal readings since 2019. I have seen more unnecessary karma being created in 2024 than any other year I've been reading. And that could potentially happen. Keep your options open. If you can't find nobody to replace this person, that's a good thing. When you don't feel that really intense connection like that, that means there's no contract. Don't try to force a new contract that's not there. But keep your options open because you don't want to close out the next contract either. So when nobody can replace that person in your mind, that's a good thing, because that means that one person that does replace them is playing a very important role in your life. Very important. And I think that as long as you stay on a healing path, the next person that comes in is going to make you look back on this person and laugh your ass off. I know I say that a lot, but I swear to God, it's true. It is true. In my personal opinion, that's one of the best feelings in the world. You know, that's just me. Everybody has the things that they say are like the best feeling in the world. And that's one of my favorites. One of my favorite feelings is that feeling you get when there was that person like years ago that you just thought you would never be able to live without. And you see them now and you're like, oh my God. What was wrong with me, dude? I am so glad the universe didn't give me what I thought I wanted. I was this close. If the universe would have just let me have what I wanted, I was this close to being stuck with that fucking person. One of the best feelings in the world, dude. Swear to God, dude. All right. Let's see here. Who was that? Leo? Okay. Now we on Virgo. Virgo. What are the messages for the Virgo collective? Knight of Cups reversed. Two more shuffles, two more. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Some of you may... Wow. Okay. It's kind of feeling to me like somebody was playing with your emotions. And some of you let this person successfully... Some of you let this person talk you into believing that you were the problem. Even if you didn't admit that right off the bat, there's still a little bitty voice in the back of your mind that's really, really starting to blame yourself for a lot of what went wrong. Even if you got cheated on. I know that may only be one of you. I got a feeling there's one of you that got cheated on, and they actually successfully made you believe that it was your fault. Don't play that game. Don't let them win. Don't let them win. I don't care what you did or didn't do. You can't make somebody go be a piece of shit. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. I don't care what you did. A person with morals and values doesn't go be a piece of shit no matter what's done to them. If you go cheat on me, that doesn't mean that gives me a license to go be a piece of shit too. The fuck? If you treat me badly, that doesn't give me a license to go be a piece of garbage. No. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna stoop to your level. I'm not. If you're treating me so badly, I'm gonna stay on my level. If you want to stoop down to that level, you go right ahead. I'm not doing it. I will handle things the way they need to be handled. I'm not gonna cheat on you. I'm gonna leave you. And if I want to go get with somebody else, I'm gonna leave you first. I'm not gonna cheat on you. So I don't know who needed to hear that. That may be like a really super specific message, but so you have something new coming in though. You do have something new coming in. But I'm kind of feeling like some of you may kind of believe it's too good to be true. Some of you may be a little bit jaded, especially with all the things that you've been through. So this right here, that right there, King of Cups, Ace of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords reversed. That kind of feels to me like, this is too good to be true. I'm going to hold back and resist temptation. I'm not going to jump into that. This is too good to be true. That's what that feels like to me. But you got something new coming in. So far, I'm not seeing anything you need to worry about. So far. Hang on a second, y'all. I'm going to go open my window real quick. It's getting hot in here. All right. Let's get some advice for Virgo. What's the advice? What's the advice? Man, there's that Five of Pentacles again, dude. Okay, so like I said, you do have something new coming in. It might require a bit of a leap of faith, okay? Now, here's the tricky part. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be smart about something. There's nothing wrong with having your guard up in the beginning, okay? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be cautious. We just want to make sure we don't spend too much time in that energy, because that's really easy to do. Really easy to do. You know, you throw that guard up, you know, you want to watch every little thing somebody does. You got that guard up. Well, that energy can, long story short, take you down a timeline where the universe starts handing you evidence that supports what you believe, right? If you're looking for red flags, eventually, if you put enough energy into that, this is the tricky part. If you put enough energy into looking for red flags, the universe has no choice but to grant your wish. Now, I know that's like, well, then what am I fucking supposed to do then? It's hard. You have to be able to maintain a balance of neutrality, right? I'm not looking for red flags, but I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm neutral. I have no expectations. Maybe you're the fucking most amazing thing that ever happened to me. Maybe I can't fucking trust you at all. I don't know. You're going to show me. I'm just going to watch you with no judgment, no expectations, no preconceived bias. I'm just going to watch you, and your actions are going to show me. It's tough. I know it sounds easy, but it's tough. I'm not saying you have to be perfect at it, but try to keep that in mind. Try to keep that in mind because, what's due to come in next is not a short-term temporary connection. It's not supposed to be just another lesson that you need to learn. That's not what's coming in next. What's coming in next is supposed to be something long-term, stable, and committed, and it's going to require a little bit of a leap of faith, because it's going to be a situation that's unlike any situation you've ever found yourself in. So it's going to be unfamiliar, uncharted territory, which is scary. So, okay. All right. Libra. What are the messages for the Libra family? What are the messages for the Libra collective? World card for you too, dude. Before I say anything about that, let me see what else wants to come through. Hang on. All right, last shuffle. Five of Cups reverse. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, you know what this looks like to me? This looks like an attempt at getting closure. And it kind of looks like a failed attempt. Well, see, that's why I can never have my fucking window open. God damn it. Hang on, y'all. I got the most fucking noisy ass goddamn neighbors. Their driveway is right outside my window right there. I can never have my fucking window open. Okay, so this looks like an attempt at getting closure. Now, it's not gonna quite go the way that it's expected, but I do think that in the long run, it's good that it happens this way. So it's not going to be like, hey, I apologize for what I did. I forgive you for what you did. I hope you find peace. I hope you find happiness. I send you on your way with love, light, and prosperity. Let bygones be bygones. I go this way, you go that way. It's not going to quite work that way. In the perfect world, we wish that it went that way, but this isn't going to quite be that way. I don't know how this is happening, but there's some sort of vibrational disconnect here that basically y'all are just like fucking fire and gasoline. You just don't mix. You just don't mix. Y'all just cannot communicate without drama popping off. But like I said, in the long run, it may be kind of annoying. It may hurt. It may piss you off. But in the long run, once you see that, you won't even have to try to let go. You'll let go by default. By default. I think that'll be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I think so. Could be a Scorpio for some of you. I got Aries here too. Okay. Yep, 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Okay. All right, well, let's get some advice. Hang on a second. What's the advice for Libra? What's the advice? Oh, Judgment reversed. Okay, hang on. Try to refrain from judging this situation. I know that's hard. I know it's tough. I know it's difficult. But it would probably blow your mind if you knew how frequently you're not allowed to know what's happening or why it's happening. Not even the most world-renowned psychics, channelers. They're way more often than not. Things are happening in your life that you're not allowed to know. You're not allowed to know. You see this shit all the time. Whenever a psychic or a channeler or a tarot reader is experiencing something difficult in their life, people say, well, I thought you were psychic. No, you didn't see that coming? You fucking idiot. That's not the way it works. Okay? I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a psychic. I don't care if you're a channeler, a tarot reader, or whatever the hell you are. You're only allowed access to certain things based on what the universe allows you to see. And in your life personally, as an individual, it's way more often that things are happening that you're not allowed to know than it is there's things happening that you need to know that you don't. Every now and then that happens. Every once in a blue moon, there's something that you need to see that you're not seeing, but not very often. Way more often than not. Things are happening and you're not allowed to know what's happening. You're not allowed to know why it's happening. You're not allowed to know what's coming around the corner. Because if you did, you would sabotage the whole path. You wouldn't. That's just the way we are as humans. We would say, we think we know what we want. We think we know what we need, but we're idiots. We don't know shit. The universe sees the big picture, and it knows how stupid we are. You know what I'm saying? So do the best you can to refrain from judging this situation. I know it's hard. I'm not saying that it's easy, but do the best you can when this memory pops up in your mind and you start wanting to react negatively in your mind. Try to catch yourself, put it aside, and hold an open heart and an open mind. One of these days, this is going to make sense. One of these days, I'm going to look back on this and laugh. One of these days, the universe is going to show me why this happened this way. Try to do that. Try to make that your default go-to thought when this memory pops up in your mind. If you can hold and maintain an open heart and an open mind for a long enough, extended period of time, I promise you, it may take a couple of years. It may take 3 or 4 years, but the universe will show you why this happened the way that it happened. But you have to be open to receiving that answer. If you're not, if you spend all your time judging it, assigning it the meaning that your angry, pissed off ego wants to assign it, you'll never, ever, ever be able to receive that message, ever. You'll get in the way and block it, which in turn creates karma. All right. Scorpio. 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 What are the messages for Scorpio for the week? King of Coins reversed. Damn. I hate to say this, but some of y'all just dealt with a straight up fucking loser. Some of y'all dealt with a straight up fucking loser. All right. Ah, they're playing the victim too. They playing the victim. Death card though, man. That's you right there, boo-boo. They playing the victim. I don't know if they're trying to manipulate you with that. If they're not, I feel like they have in the past. But it kind of feels to me like you're over it. Feels to me like you're over it. You're over it. You don't want the drama. You don't want the negativity. You don't want the bullshit. And here's my thing. I think this person deep down really genuinely believes that they are the victim. Deep down. Like, I'm not saying that they're not using that to manipulate you. They very well may be, going out on a limb and doing that intentionally. But even at that, deep down, they believe that they're the victim. They do. Even if they went out and cheated on you. Even if they assaulted you or whatever. They genuinely believe that they are the victim. So, for those of you who may be thinking twice about your decision to walk away from this, it's the best thing you could do. The best thing that you could do. Because when you got somebody like that who mistreats you and abuses you and lies and manipulates and they're just a toxic piece of shit who believes that they are the victim, that's not somebody you will be able to reason with at all. At all. I dealt with somebody like that recently over the past couple of years, and you can't talk to them. Can't talk to them. There's no point. There's no point in talking to somebody like that. No point. You ain't gonna do nothing but spin in circles. You ain't gonna go nowhere with that. Nowhere at all. So, some of you dealt with an Aries possibly. I have 2 Aries cards here. Could be a fellow Scorpio. I also have Virgo. And that's it. Okay. You're making peace with the past too. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Nothing. I'm going to tell you what, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. Nothing will kickstart your spiritual evolution more than finding peace in your heart without having an apology. I hear that every now and then. Somebody will ask me, do they regret what they did? I need to know what their true intentions were. I need an apology from this person for my spiritual growth. And I have to stop them right there. I'm like, no. That's not what will help your spiritual growth. Nothing will help your spiritual growth more than finding closure, finding peace in your heart, and releasing this with no apology. Without them apologizing and regretting what they did. Without them opening up and telling you what their true intentions were. With nothing but a big cosmic question mark. For you to be able to take all that energy and transmute it and release it yourself, dude, that'll turn you into a different person. Is there any advice for Scorpio? Is there any advice? Hold back and resist temptation. Resist temptation. Spend more time around people who actually care about you. Okay? I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's a friend, family, acquaintance. If being directly connected to somebody makes you feel like shit, they gots to go. They gots to go. Don't care who you is. Don't care if you my best friend since fucking middle school. Don't care if you my mama. I don't care if you my daddy. I don't care if you my brother. I don't care if you my sister, my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, my this, my that. If I feel like shit as a direct result of being connected to you, you gots to go. You gots to go. I'm not gonna try to explain myself to you. I'm not gonna try to tell you and teach you how to show me respect. Fuck that. You gots to go. Time to carve out a new energetic pathway for 2025 and be picky and choosy about what the energy feels like with anybody who comes into your life. Picky and choosy. Don't live in fear of being alone, okay? That doesn't mean go be alone. That's not what I said. I didn't say go isolate yourself from everybody and be alone, unless you want to. If you want to, go right ahead. But that's not what I said. I said don't live in fear of being alone. That is one of the number one ways to drastically increase the chances of the next person you connect with in your life actually being a genuine, fulfilling connection. Because when we're living in fear of being alone, that means that when we connect with somebody, the connection is being formed on the vibration of fear of being alone. I'm bringing you into my life on a vibration of fear. I'm bringing you into my life on a vibration of lack and need and desperation. But if I'm not in fear of being alone, that means I'm only a vibrational match to people who align with my highest good because I've aligned with my highest good first. As within, so without. What happens in here is what manifests out here, not the other way around. All right. Sagittarius. I've done used up every deck on the table now, ain't I? All right, let's start over. Sagittarius. What are the messages for the Saggy family for the week? What is that? God damn, dude. World card for you, too. World card done been coming out for everybody. Everybody. Okay. Okay, Three of Swords reversed. That could be, that kind of feels like successful closure to me. Hang on. Hang on. Queen of Cups. Ooh, Knight of Swords reversed. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Well, yes, I do think that it is closure, but I don't really think this is, I feel like you're finding closure in your own heart, like successfully, like genuinely. That doesn't mean you're running from something and jumping into a new relationship, distracting yourself from it and forgetting about it. That's not what that means. Finding true closure in your heart means that you're getting to a point where you're actually able to close this out and understand the deeper meaning behind why it all happened the way that it happened. You're able to release it with no regrets. That's the ultimate end goal, is releasing something with no regrets. So I'm seeing something new coming in. I'm definitely seeing something. It's not really telling me much about that, though. It's really not. Thank you for the super chat. Outdoor attractions. Thank you. Appreciate you. It's not really saying much about what new is coming in. So that probably just means that, hang on, let me clarify that. Hold up. I don't want to speak on that yet because we have Knight of Cups and Ace of Cups. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that doesn't really necessarily mean that you're going to be settling down right away. But I do see a new potential love interest coming in. At least somebody that's into you. But here's the thing. I'm not 100% convinced that you're that into them. Or some of you may not really be interested in connecting with anybody right now. So, yeah, you're doing a lot of energetic shedding right now. A whole lot. A whole lot. Shedding a lot of 2024 energy off right now. A whole lot of it. Okay, well, some of you dealt with an Aquarius. I also have Taurus. And that's it. Oh, Scorpio. Death card. Thank you, Heidi, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Death card, world card. That's shedding energy from 2024 and leaving it behind you. So, okie dokie. Any advice? Advice for Sagittarius. Be picky who you open up to. I don't know why that came through. Maybe some of you might have a tendency to want to just open up to the first person that comes into your life, shows you attention, carries on a conversation with you. Be picky who you open up to. I don't know why. It's not telling me why. Hang on. Yeah. Return to balance. Don't let everybody know your next move. Be picky and choosy who knows what about what's going on in your life. Other than that, it looks like y'all are handling this pretty well to me. It does look like you're handling this pretty well. However, you have to understand that you are like a radio station, okay? You're like a radio, tuned into a radio station. So as soon as you release the energy that's keeping you locked in 93.1, you're going to start changing frequencies, okay? Now, you're going to go through several frequencies before you make it to 107.7, several frequencies. So when you go from 93.1 to 98.9, you're not staying in 98.9. So if somebody, when you make it through 98.9, if somebody makes their way into your life, don't latch on to them and cling to them because you ain't staying there. Sometimes, especially on the healing path, on the evolutionary path, on the manifestation path, you're moving through different frequencies on your way to your final destination. And then, I hate to word it that way because there is no final destination, but you get the point that I'm making. Allow people to come and go and come and go. and come and go and come and go, especially if you start off at rock bottom, which I know a lot of you are. I think most of us on the spiritual path started out at rock bottom, right? I know I fucking did. I started out under a goddamn bridge on the streets. That's where my spiritual path started, you know? So most of us start out at rock bottom. You ain't just going to skip from rock bottom to the top of the mountain. You got to climb up the whole mountain. And there's lots of different frequencies and bandwidths. And there's different kinds of people in each different frequency. And as you move up through one and to the other one, people will come and go. And as you move up through the next, people will come and go. And you have to allow that process to happen naturally. Don't attach yourself to anyone. Okay? All right. Who is that? Sagittarius? All right, Capricorn. 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 What are the messages for the Capricorn family? Messages for the Capricorn collective. Woo, Seven of Pentacles reversed. Jesus Christ, past energy. Thank you, Sapphire Luna, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Ooh, I do see communication. I think you're communicating with somebody from the past. Ha, ha. Yup, I love this, man. Yup, god damn. Every fucking communication card is out here on the table right now. In the upright, we got the Ace of Swords. We got the Page of Swords. We got the Knight of Swords. But I think this is very beneficial communication. I think it is. Because you're pretty much seeing that this person is still on the same old bullshit they were on before. And that makes it so much easier to release and let go. Because you see that it would be a waste of time to even try to bring that person back into your life. This has been a theme that's been playing out since November, December 2024. Past energy's coming back to give you a chance to release it. And for a lot of you, the universe is arranging it in such a way that you'll release it by default. I mean, there is ways around that. There's ways that can fail and fall through, but about 80% of the time, when the universe does it this way, you'll release it by default. Like, for example, let's say you dealt with a drug addict or an alcoholic. Let's just use alcohol as an example, okay? Let's say you dealt with an alcoholic, and this person just had to run to the bar every night and get drunk, right? And I guess nothing intrinsically wrong with that, but let's take it a step further. Let's say that they're a mean, crazy drunk, right? Okay, well, that was a year ago. Now, they're not just running to the bar every night before they go to work. They're waking up in the morning and having vodka in a water bottle, and they're taking that to work with them. They're getting worse. They're getting worse. You're seeing that there's a difference between having a problem that you're struggling with and having a problem that you have no intentions of dealing with at all. Like, you don't see the error of your ways, or even if you do, you don't care. You have no intentions of changing your ways. There's a difference there, a big difference. And sometimes it takes a little time away from somebody, you know, so that you can kind of gather your thoughts, give you time to swim to the surface, pop your head above water and get some air so you can think straight. And then you revisit somebody from the past and it's like, oh, wow, yeah, no, fuck that. You have no intention of changing. You have no intention of it. You've swam to the surface and got some air. Meanwhile, this person has sank to the bottom and has continued to drown. And you're releasing this. You're completely releasing this. Some of you dealt with a Scorpio. I also have Libra, Taurus. Could be a fellow Capricorn for some of you. But yeah. Seven of Swords, Devil. Once you see this, once you see that, you're like, nah, fuck that. Nah, I'm good. It's done. Even if I was on the fence about it, it's done. Dun 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 dun. Done. You get the point? All right, well, let's get some advice for the Capricorn Collective. Advice. What's the best advice? What is the advice? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Dun 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 dun. I don't think you need advice. If anything, this is just a little bit of validation and reassurance. You know, because every day, at least once a day, I'll do a reading for somebody who is dealing with somebody that they know they don't need to be dealing with. They just need to hear it from somebody else. They need to see the cards and hear it from somebody else. No, walking away from this is the right decision. It's not the wrong decision. Walking away from a toxic person is never, ever, ever the wrong decision. Ever. I would say that if there was to be an exception to that, the only exception I can think of off the top of my head is if maybe you have a minor child. But even at that, there's still some things that we can do. There's still, if you're serious, there's still some things that we can work out, if they're toxic enough. We don't need to go there, but that's very few and far between. What we're talking about here is, just people in your life that you're not obligated to. You're not obligated to. The only obligation exists in your own mind, so no, it's not, it does not make you a bad person to walk away from this unless you just want a life filled with drama. But make sure you work on making peace with the past. I know it's hard. You ain't just going to wake up one day making peace with the past. I would be willing to dedicate the entirety of 2025 to making peace with the past. Okay? All right. Aquarius. What are the messages for the Aquarius collective? What are the messages for Aquarius for the week? What messages do we have for Aquarius for the week? Ooh, Page of Swords reverse. This is the fucking Aquarius saga, isn't it? Somebody watching you. Somebody got their eye on you. I know we already talked about that. I remember that. I do remember that. It's really hard for me to remember certain readings, but I remember that. Okay, some of you dealt with a Sagittarius, possibly. And that's it. That's the only major arcana I have. So, really not a whole lot happening. For those of you wondering if this person's going to communicate, don't look like it. Don't look like it. They're just watching you from a distance, silently. There is unfinished business. Now, this person is trying to pretend that they don't give a fuck. They're trying to match your energy, basically, But that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I think they miss you, and I think they kind of regret whatever it was that separated the two of you. But this person is so up in their ego. So up in their ego. They are not going to let you know that. They will take that to their fucking grave. Could be an Aries for some of you. This person, you intimidate the shit out of this person. So, pretty much, for the most part, the same message we had last time. Pretty much. Some of you dealt with a Taurus in the past, possibly. Could be a fellow Aquarius for some of you. All right, but you know what this means. We have a karmic tie here. Absolutely a karmic tie. Okay. Well, let's get some advice for Aquarius. What is the advice? Same card that jumped out in the first spread. The Stalker card. This is saying it would not be a wise idea to communicate with this person. Let them watch. Let them watch. Matter of fact, if you can figure out how to utilize this energy properly, you could use that energy as fuel. Let them watch. And use that as fuel to do better. Use that as fuel to do better. Because 9 times out of 10, especially if it's somebody from the past that you had a bad falling out with, why would they be watching you? What are they wanting to see? Are they wanting to see you heal, do better, move on, and succeed? Abso-fucking-lutely not. They're wanting to see you fail. That's what they're wanting to see. They're wanting to see something bad happen to you. They're watching you with their fingers crossed. Oh, is something bad happening to you? Oh, I can't wait to see you fail, right? Use that as fuel to do better, knowing that they're pissed off. Every day that passes that you don't fail, it pisses them off. Now, that can be tricky depending on where you are emotionally with this person. But if you can figure out how to flip that energy on its head, stuff it in the fuel tank, and make it your bitch, you can manifest a lot of shit with that energy. And that's one of the quickest, most effective ways, in my opinion, to release energy. Because once you do that, if you're able to stay on that path and actually use that energy to manifest something new, by the time you manifest the new thing, one of these days you're going to be looking back at that person and you're going to be reflecting on that situation, and you're going to be so thankful that it happened that you're going to want to go shake that person's hand. Now, that may sound very far-fetched, but I promise you, wait until you manifest your wildest dreams, because being connected to this person fueled you to do it. And see how you feel about it after that happens. You're going to want to go back and shake their hand. You'll be so thankful that it happened the way that it happened. I promise you that. I promise you that. But this here is saying, keep on walking away. Communication would not be a very wise idea. Make peace with the past. Ignore this person's attention, or ignore their attempt to get your attention, because where'd it go? I just had it. Time for something new to come in. Time for something new to come in. And you want to make sure you've released as much of this person's energy as possible, because if you don't, best case scenario, it could push the timeline out of the next person coming in. Worst case scenario, it could block the next person from coming in altogether. Just being tied to them. Just being energetically tied to them. It don't matter if it looks like you've moved on. It don't matter if you never speak this person's name. The universe knows your vibrational frequency. You can't fool the universe, okay? All right. Pisces. Pisces. What are the messages for Pisces? Hang on a second. Let me move some stuff around here. All right. Pisces. What are the messages for Pisces for the week? Queen of Swords reversed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you a little bit bitter and pissed off about a situation? Some of you could have dealt with somebody that used you and took advantage of you. Yeah, well, I am kind of feeling like, well, there's definitely a karmic tie here. Definitely. There may be an attempt to clear the air. There may be an attempt to clear the air between the two of you. But I'm feeling like some of you have been on and off with this person because you're pissed. You are pissed because this has on and off written all over it. I'm trying to figure out a way to like work around that, or I'm trying to figure out a way to either work around that or figure out a way to hit all situations. Thank you for the super chat. Love 369. Appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so I can't help it though, man. This has on and off written all over it. So either y'all have already been on and off, or if you continue fucking with this person, it will be on and off. One of the two. You take it for however it resonates. But I don't think you have any miscellaneous soul contracts due to come in. Nothing prominent, at least. If you do have any karmic contracts left in this lifetime, they're backup contracts. You don't have any prominent miscellaneous contracts like karma. So far, you're not in need of a course correction. So far. And so it's kind of looking like there's nothing left but your divine life partner. But being karmically tied to this person is pushing that timeline out. It is. It's pushing it out. This just kind of tells me that a lot of you are dealing with some flaky, inconsistent person. Mixed signals, hot and cold, on and off, in and out, Knight of Wands. Justice reversed. Could be a Libra for some of you. This has messy, fucked up, on and off written all over it. I can't work around that. There's no way I can work around that. Karmic wheel reversed, Empress reversed, Justice and the Knight of Wands. Just the karmic wheel reversed and the Knight of Wands alone has on and off written all over it. With the Empress reversed and the Justice reversed, come on, man. I can't work around that. Okay, let's just get the advice then. Whatever. Whatevs, man. Whatevs. This has been a week of past energy for a lot of signs. That's crazy. All right. What's the advice? Advices for Pisces. What's the advices for Pisces? So, 5 of Cups. Okay, well, 8 of Cups, you know what that means, right? That's the card of walking away. So if this card comes out as a piece of advice, what do you think that means? It means walk away and find emotional independence. Emotional independence does not mean that you have to go be alone. That's not what that means. Not what that means at all. Now, emotionally independent people aren't afraid of being alone, but that's not what emotional independence intrinsically means. The biggest fucking problem in the dating world today is that most people in the dating world are using relationships to make them happy. And you can't. Now, there's nothing wrong with you and the person that you're with doing things to make each other feel better, right? But when it comes to genuine happiness, that cannot be created by another person. That void. See, here's the thing, okay? We live in a dimension where the vibrations are so fucking low. And one of the most persistent and convincing illusions in this dimension that we live in is the illusion of separation. That's the biggest illusion in this game, is that we appear to be separate. The illusion of separation, in turn, creates the illusion of feeling incomplete, because we appear to be separate. So if I feel separate and apart from everyone, I feel incomplete. And then to pour salt on the wound, for the past several fucking decades, we've been brainwashed through music, movies, TV, and media to believe that that feeling of separation can be alleviated by a person filling the void from the outside in. When the whole goddamn thing's an illusion anyway. We're all one anyway. There is no separation, meaning there is no void, meaning you were never incomplete to begin with. So we just pretty much sit and spin in circles, trying to fill a void that doesn't even exist. The void doesn't even fucking exist. It's an illusion. So you can't fill a void that doesn't even exist. You know what I'm saying? So emotional independence means tuning in to the fact that the void is an illusion. And once you tune into the fact that the void is an illusion, it starts filling itself from the inside, metaphorically speaking. There's no other way to word that, because the void isn't even there. So a void can't fill itself that's never there. You just tune your conscious awareness into the fact that it was already full the whole fucking time. 9 of Cups. The primary law is the law of vibration. The secondary law is the law of attraction. What comes second after the 9 of Cups? The 10 of Cups. That's not done that way by accident. Okay? You're on a pretty good track right now. If you need some validation and some reassurance, walking away is not the wrong decision, unless you want to take another trip around the merry-go-round. And I know there's 1 or 2 of you who have been going around the merry-go-round with this person for the last 5-10 years. Oh, I know there's 1 or 2 of you. And if you want to do it again, okie dokie. But if you want to experience something new in life, no, walking away is not the wrong decision, okay? All right, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear, so I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.